Okay, so here we are for the battle against 𝙄𝙍𝙀. First time facing off against him. Looking forward to it. What does he bring? I think that's probably roughly what I was expecting. There is a Mudsdale. I don't think I expected the Mudsdale, but it does make sense against my team. Pretty good lead against this is going to be, a Timbering Rocks. So actually knocking off items is a little bit less useful with my Hydra at home. I could lead off with Iron Bundle and just get my ass out of there immediately, because there's no way that you should want to keep the 𝙄𝙍𝙊𝙉 in if it is the lead. I do have my 𝙬𝙬𝙀 to try and deal with that. 𝙬𝙬𝙀's actually pretty good for bringing in the Talonflame and nerfing it with T-Wave. We do see the 𝙬𝙍𝙊𝙉, so the Covert Cloak might actually be somewhat useful. I felt like rocks were potentially going to come in this game, so I did have to be careful around that. I think leading off with Bundle is fairly free, and I could just flip turn out. It does allow 𝙄𝙍𝙊𝙉 a chance to come in and do something, which is not ideal. Outside of that, I don't have too many leads. I'm actually going to lead off with my my Iron Juggler, because it is kind of pretty okay against most things in this. Leads off pretty well against like 90% of this team, so and good luck, have fun to 𝙬𝙍𝙀. Leads off with Ella, which is going to be the 𝙄𝙍𝙊𝙉. Okay. Well, this thing will outspeed me and it will cause me some issues because I am a hasty nature. I guess that they might not know that, so going into 𝙬𝙬𝙀 is definitely a potential switch here. That's what I'm going to go for. I have no reason to immediately try and sack off any damage, as we're probably going to see the Tera and the Eye of 𝙄𝙍𝙁, if I had to assume. Because I don't believe you want to just go ahead and like Swords Dance off rip. Well, I guess you could actually with the special defense boost, but 𝙄𝙍𝙁 comes out. They shouldn't 2-hit KO us. It's close, but it shouldn't. I think I want to go for a T-Wave. T-Wave catches most things. I guess it doesn't catch the Mudsdale if it comes in, but I think it's the best play all round. At the same time, Talonflame is incredibly free switch into this mon, so... And if rocks go up, it's not the worst thing in the world. Granted, I don't switch into this Pokemon particularly well anyway. At least we can attempt to take it on with other things on our team a little bit later on. Just getting this initial switch, super helpful. If we can paralyze it, even better. But he's just going to go ahead and 𝙬𝙬𝙁 again. Okay. No crit, love to see that. I'm just going to throw off a T-Wave. This will at least cripple it a little bit. So it's now slower than my entire team, which is huge. Certainly love to see that. And I think I can just Volt Switch out. Realistically, I could Volt Switch out into most things on my team. 𝙬𝙬𝙀 has somewhat done its job. It's crippled this mon, which is huge. I don't think there's any reason for them to go for anything other than another cudgel. A little bit of chip. Always good. Always helpful. How much does gouging take from this? It shouldn't be that much. It is still an 𝙄𝙍𝙊𝙉, right? It's still an 𝙄𝙍𝙊𝙉, so it's going to take a good amount of damage. From Tera Water, we shouldn't be 2-hit KO'd, so I will just go out into gouging. As yeah, we just see another cudgel. And the good thing is we should I say, be able to take this on somewhat effectively 1v1. I will just Morning Sun because this now becomes my dedicated switch into this mon. I do have to be a little bit wary of the potential of it getting crit on me, so that's why I'm Morning Sunning up, because as much as I would like to just click Dragon Dance here, I think it's better to keep this a little bit healthy, play a bit more safe with this mon, and work around things later on. Out comes Hong, that's going to be a horse, so... And assume the rocks will probably be going up right now. Would suck a little bit. But at the same time, I could also have just like, you know, clicked buttons in this thing's face. So there's potential for a roar or an earthquake as well. Bunder should be able to take a hit. And immediately force this thing out. Okay, it's going to be the rocks. And this is now ideal because we have, like, sure it's a water resist. But it sure is not. I am Tera Ice. Why am I Tera Ice? For fuck's sake, I can't Tera in this game. That's my fault. So yeah, I just gonna, I guess, click pump. Not having Tera on bundle sucks a lot. But I can just spin those rocks away at some point during this game. I think Hydro is pretty much fine. There's not a lot that wants to come in and take this hit, so I'm just going to bank off the fact that it's going to be like Porygon or maybe even Ogerpon comes in. Ogerpon comes in, we still have the boots on gouging, so we're still in a good spot. Doesn't want to give up the horse, which is very valid. In comes Ella, that was the lead, so yeah, that's just going to be you again. I guess I could have gone for Freeze Dry. Especially because I can't Tera. Yeah, that's going to do 0 damage. And yeah, we'll just go straight back out into gouging. If we can get a full para, that would be huge. Full para would be very, very nice on this. Just going to double. Okay, makes sense. And that's Porygon. I kind of just want to DD, I'll be honest. I kind of just want to DD. But I could also just make a safer switch and go out into Cavalion, which I think is arguably going to be better in case there's some kind of T-Wave or shit like that. Like, Cavalion's a little bit more expendable at this point. I think the main thing I had to be careful with is if I let the horse get too many stamina boosts, but realistically I don't think it should be able to get too many in this game. It's my own fault for not putting the right Tera on bundle, but at the same time, yeah, it is what it is. It's going to be a draw. Are we going to see horse? Yes, okay. So I think next time that interaction happens, I will just... do I want to get my damage here? I don't think it's a great idea to just go for damage right now. I could also just go into you and spin. Yeah, I think I prefer that. I think I Toxic first and then I spin. Gonna see that I'm not gonna be boots, which sucks a little bit. Would have been really nice to have boots here, but yeah, it's an EQ. Doesn't do too much damage, and I am just gonna throw off a Toxic. I'm probably going to end up trading this for not a lot, honestly. If we see Porygon come in, that's ideal. Because at the moment, I don't really have a whole lot for the Porygon. 𝙄𝙍𝙊𝙇𝙀, that is Rachi. Okay, well that's unfortunate. But at the same time, it does give us the spin and it'll give us an Earth Power. It can't flinch us or anything like that, so there is that at least. It's shiny, I don't know if that means anything. I know in previous gens it meant it had like Moonblast or some shit. I guess a crit. Par for the course when it comes to Terapagos being in. What's going to come in? Maybe Pult to prevent the spin, but at the same time this Terapagos was kind of designed to take on the Pult. It's not going to take on the Pult from this range. But it could have done, yeah, it's Pult again. Okay, he's playing this one really well. I'm not locked in at all for this game. I should have just gone for an Earth Power, I guess, but... Draco is incredibly free, means that Rock's going to stay up, and because I haven't got the ability to Tera my bundle, that would really suck. I mean, I don't think there's too much I can realistically do to this. I think I Toxic in the off chance that it's DD. It's just arts. So it's physical Pult. And we do lose our entire Terapagos for absolutely nothing, which you love to see. But he played really well around that, so I can't be too mad. I am just going to go into 𝙄𝙍𝙊𝙇. I think this is probably my best play at this point. Annoyingly, we're going to take the rocks, but I'm just going to click knockoff and not think too much about the ramifications. I'm hoping that he thinks I may be Scarf just because I'm not Boots, and that should immediately make him want to switch out. But if he stays in Dragon Darts, I think it might just kill us because we're Hasty Nature. But if that is the case, that is the case. He's going to withdraw. Hopefully this is like Porygon. Ella, okay, it's just going to be you again. Knockoff is going to not do a great deal. And I will just U-turn because we are faster now. We can afford to do so. As much as I would like to show that I wasn't Scarfed, I don't think that was necessarily worth me worrying too much about. And I think this time I'm just going to start clicking some buttons with Gary. I've cudgeled, no crit. I'm gonna click Dragon Dance, and if he stays in and just cudgels, eventually, surely he's gonna get parried. It's happened to me every week this season, so surely he's gonna get parried, right? Does withdraw, so we get to DD on a Mudsdale, I assume. Yep. And how much does Mudsdale do? There's a chance that it'll knock us out from here. I'm going to Morning Sun once. If he has Roar, then he'll click it here. He just EQs. Do you have attack investment? Would appear that you do. How much does a +1 Outrage do to this? If it's physically defensive, it does absolutely fucking nothing. I don't think I even acknowledged Mudsdale's existence in prep, I'll be honest. Either way, I can't go into Bundle because I can't Terror it, and it's now going to take so much for rocks. This game is an absolute fucking shitfest, isn't it? I can just go, I'll go back out into 𝙄𝙍𝙊𝙇. Eventually this thing's going to take so much damage. But at least it should force a kill unless he goes for a Stone Edge here. No, he just Earthquakes. Okay, cool. I am just gonna Hurricane. No thoughts, head empty. Just need to start making some kind of progress if possible. And if that means that I'm gonna sack here, I sack here, but that's respectable damage. Do get a Confusion. And now if we're lucky, he'll hit himself in Confusion, but... oh shit. It actually happened. Okay, well, in that case, I'm going to risk my luck again, and I'm going to go for a second Hurricane. And I think whenever I set up next time with Gouging, if I can set up again with Gouging, it should be in a pretty good spot to be able to start clicking some buttons. It's going to withdraw, okay. Maybe it's the Ogerpon sack? 𝙄𝙍𝙊𝙇, that was the Jirachi? That's a Jirachi, okay. Well, we do hit a second Hurricane. Big day. Big day. You could be Scarfed. The way that he's playing it makes me think it is Scarfed. If that's the case, what do we see? We'll probably... I mean, you're still somewhat usable here. I think you actually might be of more value than some other mons. I'm actually just going to go out into Gouging, because I think if I'm going to be able to Morning Sun on anything, it's got to be this. And if he U-turns, he U-turns. It doesn't put us in a great spot, but it also doesn't put us in like a horrible spot, I guess, either. He's going to Healing Wish. Okay, well, we got a kill. Not a 6-0. I'd love to see that. Yeah, I guess there wasn't all too much I could have done about that, but in comes Ella, as to be expected. There's definitely a chance that we're in range of this. I say a chance. There's a very, very good chance that we are in range of this now. So we're at 183. I mean, it's a roll, but it's not a roll in our favour against Jolly, so I don't really want to stay in this situation. My issue mainly being that I don't have a whole lot to switch into. So I think I've got to switch 𝙄𝙍𝙊𝙉 here. Sack it. Then I guess go bundle for chip. I don't know, I'm not trying to think of an endgame, but without having like even the tera on bundle makes this a lot harder to try an endgame. I mean, I'm going to go for the freeze dry. I've got to try and get damage off on something on this team. If I can ever set up with my Flutter main, we have a chance. Porygon comes in. Makes sense. Are you download or you might be analytic? If it's analytic, I don't think I can deal with a sub. I don't stay in here, right? I'm going to call a double. Like, he doesn't need to play aggressively in the position he's in, but there's definitely a chance that he could, and make an aggressive double back into 𝙄𝙍𝙊𝙉. Okay, well, he doesn't this time. That's tough. Can we get a freeze for our... Nope. And we're just going to die. Okay, so that play didn't work. I don't know what about that play makes me think it didn't work, but I don't think it worked. And I think it's probably about time that we attempt to make this happen. Do you Shadow Ball first? Do you... I mean... I've got to go for this, right? I don't think this is going to be a win. I'm going to be completely honest. I put a lot more prep into NBC this week, as evident by the Tera Ice on bundle. It's definitely going to cost me. Shadow Ball doesn't do too much damage, at least. I think I need a second Calm Mind here. Porygon. Like, this is just going to be max Spadef. I'm almost positive. Ah, that's T-Wave. That's a little unfortunate. I will attempt to sub. And I say attempt because we all know what my my luck with paralysis this season has been. We do get the sub. I believe at 2 we shouldn't have this broken immediately. Unless he's got some investment. So you're saying there's a chance? Is it a good chance? No, not at all. But regardless, I've kind of got to go for it. Gonna get a special attack drop? No special attack drop. Now, I think I need to sub again. The unfortunate thing is if he goes into Pult, then we have a bit of a problem. Now, can I do any of that stuff? Can I do any of that stuff again? No. I think I might have to sub. Does he go into Pult? Surely he doesn't just go into Pult on a Moonblast, right? Yeah. Well, it's something. It's not a lot, but it's something. We should just be able to click Moonblast on this turn. And if it's not Infiltrator for whatever reason on Polt, then we're in a good spot. At least the Flutter main set worked. That's something. Like it's not a great deal, but it's done something for me. We don't have our normal type, so Phantom Force we cannot straight up. We just cannot switch into that. Ella comes in. I do appreciate the damage on this if I can get it. However, Trailblaze, it didn't matter anyway. Simply because I think this outsped and killed everything. It doesn't matter anyway, right? It doesn't matter anyway. So at this point, I lose. And there's nothing I can do about it. So yeah, I will just play out these turns. I don't think there's an endgame in which I can possibly get this in a position to do anything again. I think I gotta hope to live one with gouging, maybe. Taking that Earthquake with gouging was in the end like a game losing play, so it was not good. It was not a good run of plays from me. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can do here. He just Ivy Cudgels everything and I die. I guess this is going to be more expendable at this point. And that's just it. It's going to be a game. It's going to be a 4-0 loss, I think. Which makes up for the 4-0 or whatever it was last week. I don't know why I clicked this. It's not my intention to click this. I thought gouging was second in my party, so yeah, I think at this point we've got to accept that we're losing to this mon in particular. I'm gonna play this off though, as if we're able to live, then maybe we can't be roared out, possibly. I don't know. There is no actual game plan here. I'm just losing to Ivy Cudgel. On the off chance that I live a Morning Sun, I ain't living this though. Yeah. Good game to 𝙄𝙍𝙊𝙇𝙀. I wish I could have given him a better game, but it is what it is. Like I was 3-1 in this league and 1-4 in the other. So my priority was to try and get back on track in the other league. And unfortunately, I brought the wrong Terra on bundle, which didn't help anything. Other than that, prep was probably not that great. But not to take away from 𝙄𝙍𝙊𝙇, he played that one fantastically, like especially around my Terapagos, he absolutely just read every move that I went for. And yeah. Make sure to go check him out, link in the description below. Enjoyed the battle, please leave a like, subscribe. Until the next one, have a great day guys. Peace.